total madness in Shanghai. Kimi Antonelli, at just 19 years old, conquers his first F1 victory, leading a brutal 1-2 for Mercedes. Hamilton achieves his first podium with Ferrari after 26 GPS with the team and an epic duel with Leclerc. Bearman and Colapinto shine in the midfield, safety car, crashes, retirements. This race had it all. Who dominated? Who surprised? Don't miss the position-by-position review now. We start with the hero of the day. Kimi Antonelli, the 19-year-old Italian, made history in Shanghai. He started from pole position, the youngest in F1 history, and turned that advantage into his first Grand Prix victory. He lost the lead at the start to Hamilton, but reclaimed it on lap 2 with a clean and masterful overtake. He controlled the race brilliantly, held off Russell's pressure after the safety car, and a late lockup didn't knock him off course. He finished with a 5.5-second gap, leading a brutal Mercedes 1-2. Antonelli is here to stay. Tears on the podium and a record as the second youngest driver to win a race. Perfect performance from a superstar. P2 for George Russell, the championship leader. The Brit had a mixed weekend in Shanghai. In qualifying, total drama. Front wing breakage in Q2, then in Q3, the car stopped on track due to a gearbox issue and massive engine braking, stuck in first gear. Mercedes fixed it just in time with resets and a new steering wheel. But he only got one hot lap at the end, 0.222 seconds off Antonelli. Pure damage limitation, as he called it. In the race, he started P2, overtook Hamilton early, and pushed hard after the safety car caused by Stroll's retirement, but lacked the extra pace to beat his teammate. Secured second in Mercedes 1-2, key points. Remember, he dominated Saturday's sprint win. Post-race, Russell congratulated Antonelli and predicted, "It's going to be a tight year between us." Solid drive, but the rookie stole the spotlight. P3 for Lewis Hamilton and his first podium with Ferrari. The 7-time champion did it in his 26th race with the red team. He started from P3 and had an explosive start. Overtook Antonelli and led the first lap before Russell and his teammate pressured him. He lost the lead, but then came the show. A brutal duel with Charles Leclerc for much of the race. Side-by-side battles in turns 9, 10, and 14. Overtakes at turn 14, aggressive defenses. They swapped positions nearly a dozen times. Leclerc locked up on lap 35 at turn 14, losing time, and Lewis capitalized to secure P3 for good, finishing over 3 seconds ahead of his teammate. Hamilton pushed hard post safety car, won the intra-team battle, and crossed the line with a "bring it home" message. Leclerc called it "actually quite fun" on radio. First podium in red for Lewis, and what a way to celebrate it in Shanghai, his favorite track. P4 for Charles Leclerc, a solid result for Ferrari. The Monegasque had an intense weekend in Shanghai, with fierce intra-team battles. In Saturday's sprint, Leclerc was aggressive in the fight with Hamilton. On radio, he vented hard at his teammate with, "Arge the space! Does he know how wide these cars are or not?" and added, "Then he can complain about turn 3, that's okay." He finished second in the sprint, but frustrated at lacking power to attack Russell. In the main race, he started strong, tried to pass Antonelli early but got squeezed. Then came the brutal duel with Hamilton, side-by-side battles in turns 9, 10, and 14, overtakes at turn 14, aggressive defenses. They swapped positions nearly a dozen times. Leclerc's lockup on lap 35 at turn 14 cost him key time, and Hamilton overtook him for good to take P3. Charles finished fourth, over 3 seconds behind his teammate, admitting on radio that the battle was actually quite fun. Post-race, he conceded, Lewis was just stronger today. He was outperformed by the 7-time world champion, but the intra-team battle was epic and enjoyable. Ferrari scores important points, but Hamilton stole the show in the direct fight. P5 for Oliver Bearman, and what a drive from the kid. The Brit brings home best of the rest honors again in Shanghai for Haas. Started from P10 after reaching Q3 in quali, a solid achievement for the team, but the race was epic from the off. Narrowly avoided a massive lap 1 incident when Isaac Hadjar spun battling him, Bearman in survival mode, as he radioed. He charged through with fresh tires, led the midfield train post-safety car, overtook several rivals, and nailed strategy to climb to P5. Finished plus 57 seconds off the winner, but with massive 10 points for Haas. The lad is flying in this 2026 start. Points in Australia. P8 and a point in China's sprint, now P5 in the main race. Consistent, mature, and outperforming teammate Ocon. Double joy for Alpine in Shanghai. Pierre Gasly and Franco Colapinto shone in the midfield and delivered double points for the team. Gasly, starting from P7 after a solid quali, even edging Verstappen at times, was consistent throughout. Avoided lap 1 chaos, gained in the post-safety car train from Stroll's retirement, and managed tires perfectly to secure P6 with 8 points. Strong pace that masked the A526's understeer. A top weekend after Australia. Pierre proves why he's a key driver. P7 for Liam Lawson, and solid points for Racing Bulls. The Kiwi had a mixed but effective weekend in Shanghai. In Saturday's sprint, bold gamble. Started on hards from P13, stayed out while others pitted, climbed to P5 at one point, and finished P7 with 6 points. His first of 2026 after Melbourne. Quali was cruel. Yellow flag, Bortoleto and gravel, robbed him in Q2, ending P14. In the main race, avoided lap 1 chaos, gained in pits and post-safety car from Stroll, managed tires well despite high degradation, and crossed P7 plus 80 seconds off the winner, scoring 6 key points, consistent, error-free, and salvaging points on a track that didn't suit the RB, graining and less grip. Lawson said, "It was a weekend of struggle, but we bring points home. Great salvage for the team, and the Kiwi keeps building experience." P8 for Isaac Hadjar and points on his big Red Bull debut. The 21-year-old Frenchman started from P9 after an impressive quali, P9 in Q3, exceeding expectations in a tricky Red Bull. But the race was a roller coaster. On lap 1, intense battle with Bearman in the midfield. Hadjar spun after contact. Monster shunt narrowly avoided by Bearman. Dropped to the back with minor damage. Epic comeback. He recovered with perfect strategy. 2 stops. Avoided more trouble, gained post-safety car, and crossed P8 plus 127 off the winner, scoring valuable 4 points. Finished ahead of Sainz and Colapinto, salvaging Red Bull's day after Verstappen's DNF. Hadjar showed real maturity. It was tough, but I fought to the end. The rookie is here to stay, and Red Bull thanks him for those points in a chaotic GP. P9 for Carlos Sainz and Williams' first points of the year. The Spaniard had a tough weekend in Shanghai with an overweight FW48 lacking pace, but he pulled off magic. Quali. Tepor 17 after a great last lap just 0.2 seconds shy of Q2. And the race started from the back, avoided lap 1 chaos, and went for a long stint on hards. Master strategy that kept him in the fight. Defended like a lion against a faster Colapinto late on. The Alpine pushed hard, but Sainz made no mistakes. Finished P9 plus 1 lap, scoring precious 2 points and ending Williams' pointless streak. Post-race, Carlos said, "This must serve as motivation to improve. The car is tough, but we bring points home." Against all odds, Sainz shines and gives the team hope in a tricky 2026. Meanwhile, young Franco Colapinto, P10, was the surprise. Explosive launch gaining positions off the line, into the top 10 early with great traction out of turn 2. Suffered a mid-race incident, contact or clash that dropped him back, but didn't give up. Fought back hard with smart strategy and crossed the line in P10 for his first point with Alpine in 2026. Total resilience from the Argentine and the team proud. Alpine celebrates. Gasly, P6, plus Colapinto, P10 equals 9 points total. Strong midfield and hope for the rest of the year. Absolute disaster for McLaren in Shanghai. Double DNS and 0 race participation. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, who qualified P6 and P5, couldn't even start. Norris stayed in the garage due to an electrical failure on the power unit. Didn't make it to the grid. Piastri reached the grid, but minutes before the formation lap was wheeled back to the pits with a different electrical issue on his power unit. McLaren confirms 2 separate faults. Investigation ongoing with Mercedes HPP. Nightmare weekend for the Papaya Boys. 0 laps, 0 points, and total frustration. What's happening to the defending champs in 2026? And now, the big drama of the day. Max Verstappen, the 4-time world champion, had a nightmare weekend in Shanghai with Red Bull. From quali, only P8, rear wing issue on the grid, and 0 grip all Jais AEP. In the race, disastrous start, dropped to 12th to 16th, but fought back hard to P6 battling in the midfield. Looked set to salvage points until lap 45 to 46. ERS, coolant failure, energy recovery system, power loss, screen went blank, called to pits to retire and protect hardware. Late DNF while in P6, post-race, Max exploded against the 2026 rules. It's terrible. If anyone likes this, they don't understand racing. Not fun at all. It's playing Mario Kart. Boosting past, run out of battery, boost again? It's a joke, fundamentally flawed, and will ruin the sport if they don't change. Red Bull in crisis, Verstappen furious, and the paddock is on fire with his words. Will they bounce back? Total disaster for Aston Martin in Shanghai. Double DNF and 0 points. Lance Stroll caused the safety car on lap 10. His own mistake in turn 1, car stranded, triggering SC and bunching the field. Fernando Alonso held on until lap 32, but brutal Honda PU vibrations numbed his hands and feet. I lost all feeling, couldn't drive. Onboard showed him shaking hands desperately. Aston with no pace, no luck, and in full crisis. What's happening to the greens in 2026? And that's a wrap on this wild 2026 Chinese GP full of drama, surprises, and historic Antonelli. We can't forget Alex Albon, Williams, and Gabriel Bortoleto, Audi, who couldn't even start. Albon with suspension failure on the formation lap, and Bortoleto with hydraulic issues before the grid. What a shame for both. Cadillac also disappointed with early exits for Perez and Bottas. We expect way more from them moving forward. Thanks for joining us on this crazy Shanghai recap. Subscribe, like, and comment your favorite moment. See you in Suzuka for the Japanese GP, where anything can happen. Until next time, F1 family.